Live from WFSB, Connecticut's #1 local news, this is Channel 3 Eyewitness News at 7.
It is 7 o'clock and we're live right now on Roku, Apple TV, and the Amazon Fire Stick. We're starting you off here with the latest on the coronavirus in Connecticut. Governor Lamont will be providing more details and even answering some questions about the proposal to send kids back to school in the fall. The plan will impact nearly everyone in the state. Channel 3's Roger Suzanne has more now from the state capitol.
Have you ever heard of Adapt, Advance, Achieve? Well, it may sound like a sports movie, but it's actually much more important than that. It's the title of the state's 6th principal plan to send Connecticut kids back to the classrooms. We already know the proposal will reshape how Connecticut schools look when they reopen. First and foremost, students will be required to wear masks at school and on the bus, and school leaders will be in charge of making sure buildings have adequate ventilation. We also know all desks will be front-facing, and the same group of students will stay together throughout the day in an effort to minimize any potential spread. Also, the state is making temporary accommodations on a distance learning plan for families who don't feel comfortable or have a child with pre-existing conditions. Right now, local school districts are hashing out some of the finer points in reports that will be sent over to the Department of Education by July 24th. But many families and educators have expressed concerns about the plan and worried the details could be nearly impossible to carry out safely and effectively. That's why today's teleconference will be such an important step. The governor says he will answer key questions today, but he is not backing down from prioritizing returning kids to classroom learning. In a statement, he stressed that experts with the American Academy of Pediatrics and Health Department have reiterated that it's important to the well-being of children everywhere, writing, "It will be a more familiar setting for kids, which will aid in their growth. Having kids back in the classroom is the priority and the goal, with well-designed and structured distance learning to ensure that option is available." Roger Suzanne, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
A new rule from the federal government could have a huge impact on international students in our state. If a school does not reopen for in-person classes, the students who attend cannot get a visa. That means international students who went back home may not be able to return, and those who stayed here may be viewed as an illegal immigrant. We spoke to students who say taking classes would be difficult outside the U.S.
There are so many other members of the international community who don't have stable internet access.
Connecticut's economy could also take a hit from this. The Council on American Islamic Relations says international students often pay top dollar to learn at boarding schools and universities in our state. Let's take a quick look now at the latest coronavirus numbers. They show a slight increase in not only cases, but hospitalizations and deaths as well. More than 75 people in Connecticut have tested positive over the last day with COVID-19. 5 more people have died, and hospitalizations have gone up by 5. That brings the total number of people being treated in Connecticut hospitals to 88 around our state. For more coronavirus information, remember you can head to our Channel 3 streaming news app. It's free to download. Happening today, people in Enfield will be expressing their concerns over plans to build a massive warehouse distribution center right near an elementary school. Locals say they're worried about the noise, traffic, and the possibility of air, soil, and water pollution. The facility will have room for 2 tenants. Agrimark, a dairy supplier, will be one of them. The meeting tonight starts at 7 p.m. And an urgent message from the Elm City. Stay out of the water. Eyewitness News has learned more than 2 million gallons of raw sewage leaked into a river, and that river empties into Long Island Sound. Several surrounding communities have also put out warnings saying beaches are closed until they know the scope of the problem. Channel 3's Eva Zamaris has more now from New Haven.
If you were hoping to beat the heat by heading to a beach in the New Haven area, you'll have to make other plans.
I was walking my dog yesterday at 7 p.m. and a car stopped on the road with a canoe on top of it, and some kids came out and said, "Hey, there's a bunch of dead fish in the water, there's a sheen on the water, and it goes a mile up the river."
On Monday, a sewer line in Hamden scheduled to be replaced the next day collapsed, spilling more than 2 million gallons of raw sewage into the nearby Mill River. While Hamden, the Department of Energy and Environmental Protection and others were given the heads up. New Haven says the Greater New Haven Water Pollution Control Authority initially didn't tell them just how bad it was. That's something they say they'll address going forward.
We're going over our notification skills so that in our protocol so that we can make sure that we get everyone to know that and make sure that we realize the impact that this could potentially have.
Crews stopped the leak and the pipe will now be replaced. But since 2 million gallons of sewage got into a river, which empties into New Haven Harbor and Long Island Sound, the beach at Lighthouse Point Park is now off limits. It's not just here in New Haven. This has also impacted beaches in West Haven, East Haven, Branford, and Madison as well. Eva Zamaris, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
All right, hi everybody, good morning. Scott Haney in the Early Warning Forecast Center at Channel 3. Nice to see all of you. Our Doppler is dry. It's going to stay primarily that way throughout the day today, but we do run the risk for a scattered shower or a pop-up little thunderstorm a little bit later on this afternoon. It's kind of hazy and humid out there this morning, so brace yourselves. Temperatures 73. Oh my goodness gracious, these are about 10 degrees above average. Madison at 73, Mansfield Center at 71, and look at the temperature at Brainerd, 76 degrees. Whoa, that is warm. Not only that, not only are the temperatures warm, everybody's in the 70s this morning, but the dew points, pretty much everybody's in the 70s as well, with the exception of Salisbury coming in at 69. Close enough, right? Those dew points mean business, and that means the relative humidity is cranking close to 100% out there. All right, so it's cloudy and it certainly is warm. It's going to be a hot one today. Temperatures are going to move into the low 90s, but with the dew points, the humidity, it's going to make it feel even warmer, like it's in the mid to upper 90s. Here's a look at FUTURECAST heat index temperatures. Around 1:30, we're in the low 90s. By about 4 p.m., we're in the mid 90s. That's what it's going to feel like. 95 degrees at Bradley, 95 at Brainerd. So brace yourselves for a hot one. All right, we are talking about tomorrow being wet. Unfortunately, tomorrow afternoon and evening, we're expecting a tropical system to move its way into the state. It's off the coast of North Carolina right now. You can see it there. Unfortunately, that is moving in our direction, and it's going to have an impact. Now, the good news is we do need the rain, so we're going to get some beneficial rain around here. The bad news is the timing. Here's FutureCast, tomorrow's weather today, showing us an hour-by-hour depiction of those spot shower and thunderstorm activity. This is 2 p.m. There might be a spot shower. 3 p.m., 5 p.m. could be a spot shower, especially up in northern Connecticut. Not every town sees this activity. Most towns stay dry. Then tomorrow, we start off okay with clouds and fog, just like this morning. And then here come the clouds. It's going to be a cooler day tomorrow with that cloud coverage, and then the scattered showers start developing tomorrow evening. So let's take a look at tomorrow evening into early Saturday morning. Rain could be heavy at times. We're expecting 1 to 2 inches, all depending on the track of this storm system. Now, this particular model has the access wet weather just to the west of Connecticut. So this is 8 o'clock Saturday morning. And if that happens, that's good news. We're not going to get the soaking, drenching rains with the flooding issues that we could see with a very large amount of rain in a very short period of time. Now, this is 11 o'clock on Saturday. And then unfortunately for Saturday, for a good portion of the state, it does look wet until Saturday evening. So let's take a look at today's daytime highs. They're climbing into the mid to upper 80s and low 90s. Hot and humid, isolated shower or thunderstorm. And then your 7-day forecast includes that unsettled weather for Friday, Friday evening, Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon. Saturday, there could be some embedded thunderstorms as well Friday and Saturday, so keep a watch on that. And then Sunday is the better of the 2 weekend days. It's still going to be warm and humid, 91 degrees with a chance for scattered showers and thunderstorms. More of the same for Monday, more of the same for Tuesday. And then finally, Wednesday, the humidity drops. The temperatures remain up, but it should be a fairly comfortable day, a nice warm summer-like day. That's a check of your early warning forecast. Eric, we'll send it back to you.
All right, Scott, thank you. And that's it for this edition of Eyewitness News. Remember, you can get news and weather updates anytime you want them. Just turn to the Channel 3 app. Thanks for watching. I'm Eric Parker. Have a great day.